Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozorowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. Well, it's Election Day in Wisconsin. Voters will be deciding on races ranging from the presidential primary to local school boards.
And polls are open until 8 p.m., so as long as you're in line at a polling place by 8, you will get a chance to cast your ballot. Wisconsin also offers same-day registration. If you are registering today, make sure you have proof of residence. And of course, every voter also needs a photo ID on hand.
Our team is live across the Driftless region to bring you the latest on the local elections that could shape the future of our communities. Michael Germain will be live at 6 in Chippewa Falls, Jeremy Wall in DeSoto.
That's right, and Allison Ferget will join us later at 6 to spotlight our La Crosse school board races. And all the while, it has been a wet election day here. Globs of snow that was coming down for a majority of it, and we do have an alert day as well. Our chief meteorologist Greg Barnhart is tracking some potential for more light snow conditions and some strong winds later this week. Let's get the latest from Greg.
Yeah, we definitely have the alert day going on because of the snow, but it's going to be the wind too. It's going to be the big story here. But through tonight, the hazardous travel, on and off slushy, wet spots on roads, and then the wind is going to be the main story as we go through tomorrow, and that's what we're looking at right now. Winter weather warnings, storm warnings are out to the east for the heavier amount of snow. We have the advisories further west, and this brown area is where we don't have snow as much. But you got the wind. The whole area is going to see wind advisories, and they'll start later tonight for wind gusts potentially over 45 miles per hour. So that's going to be the bigger story as we go until tomorrow. Right now, as we look outside, road conditions, there are some snow-covered areas, slush area, but a lot of it is just wet right now, especially as you go further west and north. But we'll see that change overnight. As you look at, there's Tomah. You've had some spots of slushiness once the snow gets a little bit heavier and rate. Otherwise, up to Eau Claire, just light snow, and that's kept basically the roads wet, and also for La Crosse too. But you can see radar, heavier amounts of snow and bands are continuing to sit over the area. So when that hits, that's when you're going to see some slushy spots. So it's going to be hit and miss with actually roads becoming slushy or snow covered. But throughout the night, really it's going to be the snow. Pockets of moderate will continue on throughout the night. Less as you go further north, much more as you go further east. So later on, we're going to break down exactly the wind because that's going to be the next story. But you're going to see the strong winds, and then we'll break down when we might see the 50s and drying conditions. That all coming up a bit later.
All right, thank you, Greg. In La Crosse, voters are choosing 3 new school board members today.
Yeah, originally only 2 candidates were running for those 3-seat contests, but now 7 write-in candidates have jumped into this race.
To join the race after the school board came up with a referendum plan. That plan would close Emerson and Spence elementary schools, and a new elementary school would then be built at the Hogan site. It would also renovate State Road with the intent of closing Hinchin Elementary later on. The school board says this plan would help pull the district out of a multi-million-dollar budget shortfall.
With this plan, not only is it addressing the major financial needs, but it will ensure that our communities remain intact.
Could try to change the plan, but it will be an uphill battle if they don't have majority support from the board. And whether that referendum plan passes in November, the new board members will be tasked with moving the district forward. Tonight, election workers will have to page through each ballot individually to tally up the votes for those 7 write-ins. While we might have an idea of who's leading, we likely won't know for sure who won until next week. And in Vernon and Crawford counties, voters are deciding whether DeSoto area schools should get $1.2 million per year for the next 4 years. It's an operational referendum that administrators say will maintain programming in the district.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is live in the newsroom with the details. Jeremy.
Ken and Emily, voters I spoke to have mixed reactions casting their ballot for the DeSoto area schools referendum. I spoke to a couple of them outside Stoddard's Village Hall. One of them is Frank Fogo. Fogo is a Stoddard resident who only learned about the referendum yesterday. He says between the principal controversy and what's on the ballot, he's skeptical and thinks write-ins will be voted in.
I don't think people were happy with the choices that they had. I guess we'll see from there.
Coming up at 6, I'll be talking to other voters, including Vicki Zander, the cousin of Stoddard Elementary School principal Derek Folsen. Zander will tell us how confident she is casting her ballot. Ken and Emily?
All right. Jeremy Wall live in the newsroom. Thank you, Jeremy.
And as folks continue to head to the polls, there will be a number of school district referendum on ballots across our western Wisconsin region.
Chippewa Falls voters are deciding whether their district will get two $2.5 million over the next 3 years.
Dozens of voters have come and gone at the Chippewa Falls Senior Center so far to answer that very important question.
Earlier this year, the school board unanimously approved a resolution against voters for a 3-year non-reoccurring operational referendum. The resolution states $2.5 million starting in the 2024-2025 school year and ending with the 2026-2027 school year.
And that money will go towards operational and maintenance expenses to maintain staffing levels, programs, services, and their existing facilities. Those kind of school races will drive pockets of communities to the polls today, DeSoto area, Chippewa Falls, and so on. But the main driver of voter turnout today is the presidential primary. And usually in April, the question of who will be each party's nominee has not been answered yet.
But this year is different. Both Joe Biden and Donald Trump have already secured enough delegates from previous primaries to win party nominations. So there's no mystery as to who's running for president this fall.
And political analysts say that presents a challenge for both national parties. How do they keep voters engaged over what is now a longer election season?
Typically, the parties have a pretty condensed period of time when they are reaching out to swing voters and moderate voters. But now it's like over half a year.
Wisconsin remains a key swing state. The 2020 presidential election came down to just a 20,000 vote margin of victory for Biden. Biden has campaigned in Wisconsin twice already this year and is in Madison next week. Former President Trump is in Green Bay today for his first state visit in 2 years. U.S. Senate candidate Eric Hovde is joining him. We'll have details from that campaign stop at 10.
Former President Trump scheduled to speak around the 6 p.m. hour. Meanwhile, the Democratic field has settled on 4 more years of President Biden, though there is a small contingency of pro-Palestine voters who are urging Wisconsinites today to vote uninstructed. Those voters don't approve of the president's handling of the war in Israel and want to send a message to Biden to hear their concerns more clearly. Broadly, though, Democratic leadership in Wisconsin continues to stump for Biden, saying his leadership is a clear advantage to MAGA extremism.
It's not like this every year, but right now, if you want to stop abortion bans and protect democracy, if you want to make sure our economy is building from the middle out and the bottom up instead of trickle down, you got to vote for Democrats.
The presidential primary part of your ballot today is the only partisan decision you'll make. Local races are, on paper, nonpartisan.
But one local race for La Crosse County Circuit Court judge has partisan undertones because of the governors who those candidates are linked to.
Candace Tillestash is running against Mark Huseman for a 6-year term on Branch 3. Governor Evers appointed Huseman last summer to finish out Todd Bjerke's term. Huseman is a retired Army Reserve Lieutenant Colonel and was Bjerke's court commissioner for 16 years. Tillestash is an experienced trial lawyer and was appointed by former Governor Scott Walker in 2015 to finish out a term on Branch 5. She then ran and lost a subsequent primary.
Now, the last 2 items on your ballot are referendum questions offering changes to the Wisconsin Constitution. And the first, that the Republican legislature passed in consecutive sessions, asks if there should be a ban on private donations and grants being used in election work. And that rhetoric is based on a 2020 report that Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg donated $350 million to a Chicago civics nonprofit. And some of that money was then shared with Wisconsin municipalities who used it to cover expenses for personal protective equipment and poll worker training. Now, Republican leaders like U.S. Senator Ron Johnson have asked voters to vote yes on this to get, quote, Zuckerbucks out of state elections.
The second question asks, should only election officials designated by law be allowed to perform election-related tasks? Some analysts and progressive law firms say the amendment as written doesn't really change what's already state law. The state already has rigorous requirements for election officials, or typically known as poll workers. Poll workers, among other things, have to be approved by a municipality from a list of nominees submitted by both major political parties.
There's a lot going on this primary Tuesday. We'll have plenty more races to cover: mayor, common council, county board for various municipalities. So for an extensive look at results and candidate profiles, just head to our elections page on news8000.com.
Still ahead, the La Crosse area YMCA hosted its annual meeting today.
And 6 community members honored for their volunteer efforts and tireless hard work.
At Ashley Spring Semi-Annual Sale, you can spring into savings with Hot Buys $7.99 and under. Plus, shop our Spring Sofa Sale with 0% interest until April 2029 on in-store purchases. Hurry in and meet the all-new Ashley today.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. Wake up to this great deal. Pork sausage links are $2.99 and thick cut bacon is $5.99. River Rock is $1.99. 30-count gladiolus bulbs are $2.99. And these solar eclipse glasses are just 99 cents. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry in before time runs out. Sign up for Menards emails to get more hot deals plus the weekly flyer right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Save up to 20% with zero down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Sonesta retractable awnings, brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
A woman is someone who gets mad at you for something you did 3 years ago. A woman is someone who makes you check every door and lock in the house after she just checked every door and lock in the house. I hear something. Honey, the only person who wants to kill you is already in the house.
Meet the all-new Ashley. Discover new styles in remodeled stores, offering everything you need to create inspired spaces. From our store to your door. The new Ashley. It's the love of home.
Well, today shoppers at Festival Foods in Onalaska were in for quite a shocking surprise as a car appears to have crashed near the sliding front doors of the building. Onalaska police and fire were both on the scene this afternoon to clear things up. As far as we know at this point, no one was injured in that accident.
6 community members were honored this morning at the La Crosse Area Family Y's annual meeting. The meeting is a chance for Y leaders to recognize and honor their volunteers, staff, and partners, and look back at the organization's success in the year prior. The La Crosse Area Family Y is made of 4 different locations in La Crosse, Onalaska, and Viroqua. In 2023, the Y served more than 33,000 members.
Today marks the start of UWL's 8th annual Social Justice Week. Social Justice Week starts today and will continue through this Thursday. And the idea is for UWL professors and other staff to showcase what research they're doing in relation to the theme in order to make an impact on the community. This year's theme is Building Belonging, Identities Shaping Communities.
I think all of their identities that we have in La Crosse is something that is super important. I also want to emphasize that, like, yeah, we may not all get along all the time, but this is something that we all do, that we all live here. So we should all be living peacefully and respect each other's boundaries. And I think it's something that we need to talk about more.
The week will feature different diversity and inclusion events as well as keynote speakers. If you're interested in getting involved, just search UWL Social Justice Week. We'll have some links attached on our digital platforms as well.
You may have seen teal ribbons tied around trees in various areas of La Crosse. That's to bring awareness to April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Mayor Mitch Reynolds held his annual proclamation this afternoon at the New Horizons Shelter and Outreach Centers, acknowledging the realities of sexual violence in our community. Reynolds called upon individuals and organizations to use their collective voice to prevent sexual abuse by building equity in our community.
We know that symptoms of oppression such as racism, sexism, and classism contribute to higher rates of sexual harassment, assault, and abuse. And whereas sexual violence impacts millions of people each year.
New Horizons Shelter and Outreach Center is holding another awareness event called Denim Day, April 24th. You can learn more about how you can participate at nhaganstabuse.org. We'll have that link on our digital platforms.
Well, good news for folks who take their multivitamins every day.
A new study shows they have a positive impact on your memory.
And we showed you the snow, but we got the wind also to deal with, so we'll time out how strong those winds will be, when they'll finally diminish, and when we'll dry out and actually see the 50s all come back. I'll track all that down on your First Warn weather update after the break.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on. On time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
Quality time with Taco John's. You never forget the big moments. Like the moment when you devour your very first slice of Taco John's one-of-a-kind new taco pizza. Or your very second slice. Or your eighth. With 7 layers of beefy, cheesy, fiesta saucy taco toppings atop a crispy oven-baked crust. This might even be the most momentous, meaningful experience of your life. That or your wedding or whatever, both are pretty life-changing. New taco pizza is here for a limited time. Only at Taco John's.
A lot has changed since the Overhead Door Company installed its first door in 1921. One thing that hasn't? Our commitment to quality. We set the standard a century ago with the first motorized garage door, and we have not stopped innovating since. Today, you can build your dream door with the DoorView app. And with the OHD Anywhere app, you can control your new door from anywhere. So next time you need a repair or replacement for your garage door, look for the red ribbon and trust 100 years of experience Overhead Door Company.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Join the La Crosse Symphony Orchestra for the Ultimate Movie Night, Saturday, April 6th, sponsored by ISG. Get your tickets now at lacrossesymphony.org.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Taking a daily multivitamin could help slow cognitive decline. That's according to a recent study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Nearly 600 people were given cognitive and memory tests.
For 2 years, half the group took a standard daily multivitamin and the other half took a placebo. Researchers found those who took the multivitamin scored slightly higher on memory and cognitive tests. A second study published last year in the Cosmos database found people who took a multivitamin for a year got better scores on a word recall test.
Well, that's good news. I take a multivitamin every day, and now I feel good about myself.
I don't. I take fish oil.
Oh, okay. Oh, those things.
Go figure.
Like those massive pills?
Yeah. Oh, you don't like them?
I got a thing with massive pills like that. It's a psychological
they're
block.
Jumbo. Nah, I've gotten used to them.
Give me the chewables.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we got some snow in the area, Greg. Let's time this stuff out here.
Yeah, we got snow, we got wind, and as I said, this could be December. If we were in the middle of December with this storm, which is a very powerful storm, we'd probably be dealing with the raging blizzard for about a couple days. So the good news, it's spring, so we're not quite dealing with those conditions, but still the hazard conditions will continue. Once again, it'll be the wind tomorrow, will be really the big pour. And if you look at the commutes really this evening, wet, there'll be some slushy spots depending on where the bands of snow set up. Wednesday does look probably the worst morning commute, slushy, snowy conditions depending on location. The wind will be then the story too. By this time tomorrow, a lot of the snow snow kind of winds down a little bit, or at least the temperatures will be warm enough. Roads will probably be more wet than anything else, but the wind will remain. So that's what we're looking for the commutes. We have a wind advisory for all the area. That's really out till tomorrow. Gusts well over 40, potentially hitting 50 out of the north. So the east-west roads will have that crosswind going on. Otherwise, the winter storm warning to the east. We got winter weather advisories right to our east, and it gets a little worse over there for the conditions that could see up to a foot plus if you go further east of the area. Was 4 to 6 inches potentially in higher elevations here. But tonight, this is the visibility I have overlaid instead of the temperatures, because they'll stay above freezing for the most part. But the visibility is what you're looking for. Is when you get down to 1 mile or less, or even half a mile, that's when you're starting to accumulate more on the road surfaces under about a half mile. We'll see that in a few bands overall throughout the night, but you'll see kind of a trend towards the north. You'll see less in the way of snow as we get towards tomorrow's morning's commute. More of the light to moderate, even heavy bands further south. Overall, that'll be the trend through Wednesday morning. You'll start seeing a little bit more break up to the north, and then all areas will start seeing really more showery conditions, especially north towards the afternoon. And it won't be really probably till Wednesday evening that areas of southwest Wisconsin and further east really start to see more breaks in the snow, while areas up to the north you see visibility at 12 miles. Just cloud cover, really, that'll be the story as we go toward tomorrow afternoon and evening for the locations up to the north. A little bit of mix could potentially there, though temperatures will come up to the mid to upper 30s. So even if we got snow going on probably tomorrow evening, the temperatures should kind of abate that we'll just have wet road conditions. Visibility still 1 and 2 miles, and these snow bands will continue. Snow amounts really, as we look through tomorrow, really about 7 a.m. We're looking at generally 1 to 2 in all the areas as you go further east, 2 to 4, potentially even higher as you go further east of that area. And this is once again on grassy surfaces, a little bit less on road surfaces. That's always the tricky part in the springtime. Now, if we go from 7 a.m. to now to the rest of the Wednesday, it really cuts off further north with not much snow accumulation, much more as you go further east. 1 to 2 generally in most areas, 2 to 4 higher elevations as we go through. The winds is the other story we're going to be dealing with, and that's just really going to be 20 to 25 waking up tomorrow morning. We can see gusts well over 40. You see these wind speeds. That's at noon, almost 30 sustained out of the north. Those will continue all the way through Wednesday evening's commute, and by the time we get to Thursday morning, a little bit less, but still kind of breezy. So that'll be the big story too once the snow ends, but then drier conditions. But for tonight, it's just on and off snow. Temperature staying above freezing or pretty close to it. The winds will start picking up, and the same story for tomorrow. A little bit less snow as you go further north. Temperatures should help those road conditions as we go in the afternoon, but the winds will continue. They'll continue through Thursday with a few rain or snow showers, drying out Friday. And then this weekend, we do have rain coming back in for Sunday afternoon into Monday, as right now that looks all wet. Temperatures in the 60s potentially coming back early next week. But for the next couple days, it's really going to feel kind of wintry-like around all the areas.
Looks like it. Feels like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Greg. Well, even polar bears need wellness checks.
A Washington Zoo is providing people an in-depth look at what goes into keeping the bears healthy.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
There's been a lot of interest these days.
Savers, it's your turn. Let us pique your interest at Park Bank with 4.89 APY on one-year CDs.
Interested? Contact us at Park Bank. Member FDIC.
Toma Health Warrens Clinic provides convenient care for minor illnesses and injuries.
We offer same-day and next-day appointments, mostly for urgent care, non-life-threatening conditions, things like colds, coughs, urine infections, sore throat, ear infections. The staff are completely awesome. We are a small group, and so we're very much a family, and we hope that when people come, they feel that same environment as well. Toma Health Warrens Clinic offers convenient quality care when you need it most.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Park Bank is working in your best interest, and we have something interesting for you.
There's a lot of interest in our money market accounts at 2.42% APY.
Interested? Contact us at Park Bank, member FDIC.
Getting an annual physical exam is key to staying healthy, even if you're a giant polar bear.
This 3-year-old polar bear named Lerke recently got checked out from nose to tail at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium in Tacoma, Washington. Like humans, she underwent a blood, urine, and heart test, but also got her ears cleaned. The hour-long exam required a team of 6 veterinary staff to turn the bear over due to her size.
We're looking for any kind of lumps, bumps, masses, enlarged lymph nodes, anything that would be an indication of ill health, but we didn't find any of that. She is in optimal condition.
Lerke and her twin sister Astra have been living and thriving at the zoo in Tacoma since June of last year when they moved from the Detroit Zoo. The species may be in danger of extinction by the end of the century if current climate warming trends are left unchecked.
Look, everyone, if they can do it, you guys can go get your physical too.
Amen.
We'll have another look at your forecast after the break.
Here at the Y, we offer more than just a job. We offer the chance to make a difference in a fun, flexible environment where our mission and core values drive every decision we make. Join us in this amazing work. For specific positions and details, visit our website.
Luther High School, a powerhouse in culture and academics. Our students are given the tools for high school academic success while also enjoying athletics, choir, and band. Our on-site industrial arts program provides advanced welding and advanced woodworking programs, along with Industry 4.0 classes. Luther High School is a Wisconsin parental choice school. All families who apply to Luther receive tuition grants. Your Luther High School, Christ-centered education, encouraging and preparing students for life. For more information, go to lutherhigh.org or find us on Facebook at We Love Luther.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you or give us a call and ask us about our Earth Day promo.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to work in the yard, tackle a project, or enjoy family time, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with $100 spent on Estate lawn fertilizer, like Estate Weed and Feed, $34.99. Bags of Miracle Grow potting mix, just $14.99. And all men's and women's Carhartt pocket tees, 2 for $30. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Save now during the Refresh Your Space Spring Sale at Carpets to Go. Now until April 30th, you can save on beautiful carpet, exquisite hardwoods, laminate, and tile. Plus, at Carpets to Go, you can get free estimates, design, and 6 months financing. Save now through April 30th during the Refresh Your Space Spring Sale at Carpets to Go. Whatever you want on your floor, Carpets to Go in Onalaska.
Here at the Y, we offer more than just a job. Experience the personal satisfaction that comes from nurturing the potential of youth and teens, improving our community's health and well-being, and providing support to our neighbors. Join us in this amazing work.
Looking at radar, it's really where those dark bands is where that snow becomes about under a mile to even a half, and that's where you could accumulate. So that area is beginning to expand. So if you look at visibility out there right now, it's Tacoma and Black River Falls area is kind of where that band is setting up. Not accumulating on the roads as much, but still the visibility is down. But that's getting to the point of where you'll be concerned, and we'll see more of that tonight. Alert Day and the wind will be the story tomorrow.
All right, take it slow if you're going to still vote. Polls closing at 8. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 6.